The Bulls leading by 3. Noel, a screen on Wright. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. That one on Jakob Poeltl.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
For Chicago, they have shot 2 free throws, and they're 1 of 2 so far.
And as a team, excellent. A season ago, about 80% when they got to the line.
Boy, his free throw shooting has been on the mark tonight. Nothing new there, right?
And Wright kicks to Siakam. Pass to Anunoby. Here's Siakam. Clock at 6. They set the screen. Here's Anunoby. Missile on the play. Bucket's good. He'll go to the line.
How about battling through the impact there and then willing that basketball in?
Toronto shooting their first free throw of the game right now.
And when you look at their numbers from a season ago, 80% as a unit, that's something you'll be happy with.
Grant with the ball. He's coming off a 10-point game against New Orleans. Now the dish to Wells. From outside, off the mark. Toronto's gone 0-4 from three-point land to start out. Looking cold from outside. Anunoby, no good.
Yeah, bad shot there. Trust is lacking. You got to be willing to make the extra pass.
I'm not sure why he doesn't continue to move the basketball. Would have served that team much better.
Here's Wells. Nice concentration to hit the double clutch layup.
And from what I've seen and heard, Shammy Wells has gone out of his way to take DJ under his wing in the NBA. Not sure if that's the guy you want as a veteran leader, but he and DJ seem to be on the same page.
There's a screen. To the middle. Here's Poeltl. Fouled in the act of shooting. A three-point play chance coming up.
Well, Kevin, you love to see him powering through the contact to get the bucket and one. Poeltl with a show of some strength.
And the first ever NBA player out of Austria. Jakob Poeltl, the 9th overall pick back in 2016.
And remember, he was the Pac-12 Player of the Year as a sophomore at Utah. This guy's 7'1", pretty good athlete. Still adding strength, though, to bang bodies at the NBA level. I think you'd have to say this about Coach Dwayne Casey. He is very consistent with his approach. The players know what he expects, and hard work is always at the top of that list.
Serge Ibaka, he's checked in for Poeltl. Markkanen, he's checked in for the Bulls. Now the pass to Anunoby. Dishes it to Miles. 1:02 left in the first quarter of the game. Right down low, working on Grant, and that one's good. Right. And Doris, as consistent as Casey is, flexibility is also an asset for a head coach, isn't it?
Well, I think it certainly can be, Kev. And you see Dwayne Casey starting to experiment a bit more, trusting the younger players, in-game adjustments. Obviously, trying different combinations is important, especially in the playoffs.
There's the pick. Ibaka sets the pick for Wright. To the paint. Fires from 18.
Time, their offense seems to stagnate.
And after the Raptors were swept by the Cavaliers in the second round, Doris, the front office suggesting that their offense needed more ball movements. What do you think?
Well, certainly the numbers back up the argument because the Raptors were dead last in assists in the regular season, and that despite being a very good offensive team. So in the playoffs, what would happen? Teams would try to take away their backcourt and challenge others to beat them. It seems to have stymied them 3 years in a row. Perhaps it's time to try something new.
And really, DeMar DeRozan is a master at what he calls body hunting, that ability to just kind of draw fouls. I think he and James Harden actually are the guys that have really kind of set the tone for how to create those opportunities to get to the line.
The Raptors making a switch here. Valanciunas is checked in. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, guys, Raptors coach Dwayne Casey talked about the chemistry on his team. He said, "We couldn't be better. There's no ego, no hidden agendas. Guys understand their roles. Kyle Lowry told me we're a complete team, 15 deep, and we really mean that. You never know whose time it's going to be. Kevin?
And DA depth is a crucial part of any team's success. Knowing you can rely on your teammates to step up is huge. And DeMar DeRozan, always, Greg, among the league leaders in free throw attempts.
And when you look at him, 6'7", 220 pounds with tremendous athleticism, he has got all the tools. Beyond, though, that attack mentality, he's a savvy basketball player. Those little shot fakes, his footwork help this guy live at the line.
Dunn dishes to Levine. It's Chicago with another bucket.
Increasingly comfortable from the mid-range now. Levine rises and fires.
Raptors trail by 7. Valanciunas with a screen on Levine to the inside. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. And Valanciunas out of Lithuania, the 5th overall pick back in 2011.
Yeah, he's still quite young. You know, a lot of talent offensively. Defensively, he's probably had less of an impact, but that's where he has to take the next step.
That one is off.
Well, the Lithuanian 7-footer Jonas Valanciunas, very effective scoring at the rim. He can get you buckets on the low block. He's an excellent finisher in the pick and rolls. A lot to like about the
zone. Does that make it easier to hide bad defensive players on your team?
Well, it certainly gives you one avenue. I don't think you can play zone in the NBA for any extended periods because the coaching is too good and the skill level of the players would destroy a zone if you gave a steady diet of it. I do believe, however, that hiding a defensive weakness comes down to personnel. How many can you hide on one particular floor? Somebody's going to get exposed somewhere if there's too many.
No doubt. So for Chicago right now, Dunn and Levine, their backcourt. Valentine out there with Mirotic, and it's Noel in at the 5, roaming the paint. Noel, a screen on right. DeRozan against Levine, just 5 to shoot. Over DeRozan, and it's wide right, hits off the rim. Raptors trail by 13. Now Powell, he feeds it to DeRozan. Pass to Valanciunas. Over DJ. And again, no good by Toronto.
I'll tell you, it'd be a big help if he could snap out of this cold streak. His shooting has been hurting them.
Levine, good.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Powell with the screen. And Wright kicks to Powell. Shoots the 3. And it's Noel with the rebound. DJ's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Here's Valentine. Rebound by the Raptors. Defeated by the Wizards in their last game. They'll try to put that one behind them.
And really lucky that they weren't blown out in that game because I just thought the effort was lacking.
You know, it'd be hard to identify a phase of the game where they were crisp. Not the passing, not the shooting. Defensive rotations were off. You could critique them up and down.
It's stolen by Valanciunas. Here's Powell, and the dunk by Powell.
Boy, that play developed just the way they wanted, and Valanciunas made sure they got the bucket. What a tremendous pass.
Noel, a screen on right. Another shot, and it's Noel missing.
Well, it looks like he's going to get the easy 2 points, but the defense recovers just in time to effect it.
And stolen by Noel. Mirotic dishes to DJ. Levine gets a screen from Noel. And Mirotic kicks to Levine. Back to Mirotic. 6 to shoot. Oh, tried to dunk it home, but drew the foul. It'll go to the line. It's on Jonas Valanciunas.
Boy, some strong arm work inside gets DJ to the line. Good to see him get physical in the low box.
Some changes for Toronto. Pirtle, he is checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. Pascal Siakam comes in for Serge Ibaka. And it's C.J. Miles in for DeMar DeRozan. So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group here. Bobby Portis is checked in for Mirotic. David Mwaba comes in for Denzel Valentine. Wells, he's checked in for Levine. And it's Jaren Grant in for Chris Dunn. Here's Grant, and so he draws the foul on the shot, a trip to the line to shoot two. And this is his second trip to the line in the game.
And you look at his numbers from last year.
Chicago's gone ice cold from three-point land, 0-4 since the start of the final quarter. They've got Jonas Valanciunas, DeRozan out there with Wright. Then it's Ibaka, and it's Pirtle in at the 4 spot. That's the 5 out there for the Raptors. Ibaka, the pass to Valanciunas, up and in on the layup. Valanciunas has got 4 points this quarter.
Kevin, that's the bucket they needed, and Valanciunas goes and gets it for him. The big man seizes control of the moment.
Done. Here's Noel. Makes the most of the high percentage shot.
Oh, that'll give him a huge lift. DJ taking it upon himself to make sure they get something out of that possession.
Wright dishes to Ibaka. Screened by Valanciunas. Shoots off the screen. DeRozan's shot is off.
A blown opportunity after the two-man game creates a terrific look.
Well, he simply misfired. You've got to capitalize when the screen opens up wide-open shots like that.
To tie it up. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
And I think, guys, one thing about Levine, raw prospect in college, raw when he entered the pros, and now just starting to polish up that game.
Norman Powell's checked in for Toronto.
Well, in a game this tight, you can't overlook how important those free throws could be.
And DeRozan kicks to Powell. Here's Ibaka. It counts. And the foul. It's going to go on Nikola Mirotic.
Big stakes, big bucket. Ibaka showing he has the mettle to rise to the challenge. Yeah, terrific and one on that one. Those are the kind of plays, guys, that win basketball games.
Here's Dunn to the middle. Noel. Another shot. Rebounded by Valanciunas. Guys, this possession could decide their fate.
They have to be careful with the ball.
Screened by Valanciunas. Powell gets to DeRozan. And they double up DeRozan over Valentine. Almost, but it rolls out. And here are the Bulls now.
And it's still within reach.
Maybe, but they've got to score every time they touch the ball.
Now, that is cold-blooded.
What a shot. He had no fear. I love it.
And they stop the clock as soon as they can with the intentional foul.
You have to foul, but I'm sure they would have liked to foul someone different.
And so he drops them both. It's a three-point game.
A bit of heroics at the line right there as he bumps their lead to 3 and makes things a little easier for them defensively.
Chicago calls timeout. They're down by 3. There's 18 seconds left in the fourth quarter. What do you think, guys?
And right now, you can go for the 2 and then a quick foul or go for the home run.
Well, you've got to be smart regardless of what you choose to do. You shouldn't just heave the 3 if it's not there. Let's see what happens.
There's 18 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Can't get the 3 to fall. And now they foul and stop the clock.
You know what? Smart foul. You got to try to extend the game.
So the first one drops, and that gives them a 4-point cushion.
And this is part of what, to me, Kevin, makes DeMar DeRozan such an efficient scorer. The success at the free throw line. Year in and year out, this guy has been a consistent force at the stripe.
Time called here, and the Bulls decide to talk it over. They're trailing by 5. 11 seconds left in the fourth quarter. What's your take, guys?
Well, this is what they're left with, needing a fast bucket, then a foul.
Well, it's desperation time, and you don't have a ton of time to play around with. They know it. Got to get to work.
And now they decide to foul intentionally. First free throw is good, and that increases their lead to 6. And the second free throw, no good. A tough break there. And so it's the Raptors winning this one. It was up for grabs right until the final seconds.
Yeah, and for me, Kevin, what stood out is just the overall trust.